Months have seen Kerry Katona's life take a turn for the better, and although she didn't win through to the final, she definitely won over the nation as one of this year's most popular celebrities on Dancing on Ice.
Yeah, but even before she even set foot on the rink, her every move was being filmed as she began turning around her troubled personal life.
You know what? I can't remember where I was this time last year.
At the end of the day, Mum, you're lucky you're not in a refuge.
I was in a really bad place. Now I'm clean as a whistle and doing it all because I enjoy it.
I know I can be a good, good girl. I know I can be a good, good girl. I know I can be a good girl, but I've been bad before. Good girl, but I've been bad before.
I feel on top of the world.
And Kerry is with us now. Just watching that little bit, your life is so exhausting.
I know.
There's so much drama.
You've done so much, haven't you?
I really have, and I really generally do feel on top of the world.
When you watch that back, it's quite emotional, some of the scenes as well.
Well, I am a really emotional person. I cry at
No, you're not, are you?
Yeah. And that's the first time I've seen that, and I'm a bit excited about the new show coming out, but I do get quite emotional.
We just said beforehand we hadn't seen each other for 7 years.
7 years.
And Kerry was saying quite a bit's happened to me in 7 years, 2 marriages, 4 babies, drug addiction. I was saying, well, I've been down to the library. I've got a nice little book. We have different lives.
A few children since.
A few children, I know, but not quite as exciting fashion as Kerry. But I mean, obviously we're not here to talk about Dancing on Ice, but
Yes.
just this weekend, are you disappointed or mightily relieved you're not having to dance in Bolero?
I am so happy to have done the show, and to get to week 7 was amazing, but I never went in it to win it. It was just it was something for me to focus on, and the tension when I left backstage was massive, and I'm not a very serious person.
It must be so incredibly nerve-wracking doing a show like that as well and coming out there every week, especially if you're kind of stressed at times anyway and you're an emotional person.
Yeah, I mean, if it wasn't for Daniel being at my side, he's like, just breathe. I was like, Daniel used to say, I was like a swan, looking nice and graceful, but underneath my legs were going like that. I was so nervous, and
that's not good on ice.
Yeah.
Your legs are doing that.
No, it's not.
Yeah. So the last time that you, when you left Dancing on Ice, you said, brilliant, I can now go on holiday. Did you get your holiday?
No, I wasn't intending to go on holiday, but I actually said, you know, right, if it's all over, Daniel, me and you'll go away, we'll have a bit of an ease up and celebrate, but I've been so busy with working, the 4 kids as well, so...
And you can't escape the fact that you've got quite a few cameras following you around again. Now,
They're here today, aren't they?
They are around. They are around. But you've done 3 series for MTV. Another one, I think, there was a 4th series, wasn't there, documentary when you had all the drugs testing done.
Yeah.
But, you know, you are, by your own admission, at a more stable place in your life now. But does the presence of cameras sort of destabilise you?
No, because the cameras, to me, are like therapy. I wear my heart on my sleeve, and if I say something, I say it as I feel it. And so being able to talk to the camera without having them opinion back, it's quite nice, and I do watch the show back, not being vain or anything, and it reminds me of where I've come from.
I was going to say, not happy memories from the previous ones at all, so it must have been quite a difficult decision for you to agree to let the cameras into your life again.
But I went up north last weekend, and a mother and a daughter approached me, and the daughter started crying, and she said, me and my mum watch your show in separate houses, and I'm going through exactly what you went through, and as I'm watching it, I'm feeling your pain, and now looking at you from where you've come from to how you are now, it's encouraged me to get on with my life, so I want to say thank you, and that to me was... This is why I do it.
So, well, let's pick up then. So the series, the next chapter, Kerry Katona, the next chapter, it starts on Wednesday on ITV2. It's at 9 o'clock. Tell us where it picks up from.
I haven't seen the show yet, but it picks up from my birthday party. The kids go back to school after the 6 weeks holiday. I feel a bit lost. And I've been given to go to the Urban Music Awards and to present an award. Don't know anything about urban music, so I had to have a crash course in the car on the way down there with my manager, which was quite entertaining. My bankruptcy, me having a house repossessed that my mum lived in, and having to kick her out of that, which was really, really tough.
Oh, in fact, I think we've got a little clip of that. Should we have a quick look?
At the end of the day, Mum, you're lucky you're not in a refuge. You're not... This is what I mean. This is the attitude that I don't need. Look, I'm trying my best to help you out. You don't need to talk to me like that. Dad, this is my house. I'm leaving it for my babies. I don't know what more you want me to do.
You see, so you say you treat this a bit like therapy. So when you see that, what do you think?
Well, my mum's at home watching now, and I know how hard it is to have a house repossessed, because mine was repossessed. That's why I had to move down south. And my mum had been living in the house for 10 years, and it was all in my name. And the fact that I think because I've moved down south and my management have helped me with the rent, I kind of think my mum kind of thought there was more I could do for her. So thankfully my management have put her in a house, another house which is rented. But it's hard for anybody moving home, especially the fact that my mum's been there settled. But me and my mum clash every now and then.
Yeah.
But
as mothers and daughters do.
As everyone does.
But if you hadn't had the money worries that you've got, would you still agree to do another Fly on the Wall documentary series, do you think?
Definitely, 110%. Like I say, if my life is so well documented in the newspapers, and some of it isn't always true, and by doing my TV show, I'm able to respond back facts.
But do you ever go, oh my goodness, just leave me alone today? Just give me a day off. I don't feel like I look that nice today.
Yeah, well, that's not very often, Jenna.
Oh, obviously, I wasn't.
I like the way the shoes match the singlet.
Thank you very much.
Oh, we
Thank
got
you.
Yeah, I noticed that.
School.
Good detail.
Yeah, sometimes it's like, oh, just give me a minute, you know, or a break. But no, and when they're not there, I feel a bit lost.
Because they do, they follow you everywhere, don't they?
Yeah,
so they,
apart from the toilet.
OK, well, that's good. There's
I
that.
was going to say, though, I mean, if you live in the glare of publicity, as you do in your life, I mean, don't you sort of yearn for a normal life, or does that prospect
Massively.
horrify you?
No, I would give it all up tomorrow to be, you know, 2 up, 2 down, kids come home from school, tea on the table, husband come in, and, you know, but that's never going to happen, is it? So
It might.
It might.
You
You never know. You know what, though, Kerry? Everything has changed. It seems that everything's on a really kind of, on a rise. It's a positive time for you. And you talk about your management company. It sounds like they've been a little bit like your saviour.
they're kind of like foster parents, really. Honest to God, they're more than a management. They're my family. Claire, Neville, Nicola, everybody, Khan, associates. They were there for me when I needed somebody, and they've not turned their back on me.
We read so much about your life. Now, this week, I mean, it said Kerry's piling on the pounds since Dancing on Ice. The evidence before me suggests that that is absolute rubbish.
Yeah.
But when you read this stuff, have you got such a thick skin now that this is water off a duck's back?
No, it still really upsets me. I find that kind of publicity is a form of bullying. It's like a kid being in a school saying, oh, you've put weight on. I haven't put any weight on. I'm 8.5 stone. I'm a size 8. It, to me, is too tiny. And I think young girls who read these magazines and newspapers look at me and go, well, that's overweight, and start being sick or whatever. I think it's the wrong kind of information to be given out there.
What about the story about you found love?
Yes, I was going to say, I was so confused because on Saturday night I saw this man called Dan Foden on Take Me Out, and he took someone out to Fernando's. I thought he was on the island of Fernando's, and all of a sudden he's not. He's in a shopping centre with you on a Sunday morning in the news of the world. Is love in the air? I'm sorry to pry, but, you know, we're quite excited about the prospect that you might have found true love.
It's really early days, and I'm just taking it one day at a time.
And it's amazing because he got no lighties went off. He is hot, isn't he?
Now she's embarrassed. Oh, come on. Well, good luck. I hope it all works out.
Oh, young love, she's blushing.
Yeah.
I love that.
And that
so
series
exciting.
starts on Wednesday, so I look forward to seeing that. And good luck on Sunday. Don't fall over.
Thank you. I'll try not to.
Thank you, Kerry.
Thank you.
ITV2, Wednesday, 9 o'clock, your new series starts.
Thank
Thanks for
you.
coming in. Lovely
Thank
to see you. OK, still to